Hello everyone. This video is about evaluating functions. And to evaluate a function, we should replace its independent variable with the given value. That number is sometimes a number. That value is sometimes a number, sometimes a variable or an expression. So let's take a look at different types of examples. First example, evaluate the function at x equals 2. So in order to evaluate a function, all we need to do is substituting the given value for x. So wherever we see x in the function, we will replace it with 2. So f of 2 equals 3 by 2 plus 5. 3 by 2 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. Second example, check it out, question in the book. No, example 1 in the book. Evaluate this function x squared plus 7 at 3a first. So we will be replacing our x with 3a. So x becomes 3a, f of 3a equals, this x also becomes 3a, and we are raising 3a to power 2. That power 2 belongs to the whole variable 3a together. So we should use parentheses plus 7. 3a squared is 9a squared and plus 7. We can't add them, they're unlike terms, so this is the final answer. Next one, we see here an expression. We don't have a single number or a variable. We have an expression, a binomial. So we will insert b minus 1 for x in the original function. So f of b minus x, x becomes b minus x now. That x also becomes b minus x, and we are squaring it. We are squaring the whole quantity, so make sure you are using parentheses, plus 7. And we should expand this parentheses. Remember how to expand binomials. Let's say we have a minus b squared, then square of the first term minus 2 times first times second plus square of the second one. If there is plus between them, the middle term will take plus. So keep this in mind and do the expansion according to this expansion rule. So the first one squared, b squared, minus 2 times first one times second one, so 2b, plus second term squared 1 plus 7. Let's combine like terms, b squared minus 2b, and we can add those two numbers. 1 makes 1 plus 1, 7 makes 8. So that's our result. Finally, we have a strange expression. We will evaluate the function at f of x plus delta x first. We are already given f of x, and we will do the simplification. So this is about simplification actually. We know what f of x is. That's given already in the question as x squared plus 7. What we don't know is f of x plus delta x. So this is how we evaluate. We just evaluate the function as we did in part A and B, and subtract the results, divide by delta x. So let's do the evaluation. In place of x, we will write x plus delta x. X becomes x plus delta x equals. On the other hand, we have also x, which becomes x plus delta x. So we are squaring it, plus 7. So there is subtraction between them. So the only unknown is this, f of x plus delta x. Once we evaluate this, we will do the simplifications and find the answer. Let's expand this by using this expansion rule. X squared plus 2 by x by delta x plus delta x squared is how we expand this, plus 7. And this minus belongs to the whole expression, which is x squared plus 7, so we should distribute this minus to the bracket. Negative x squared, negative 7, divided by delta x. Now cancel out the common factors. Do you have any common factor? the same numbers, opposite numbers I mean. 7, negative 7 cancels out. Negative x squared, positive x squared cancels out, and we have a common factor, delta x. So take delta x out. So let's write the remaining. 2x remains from the first term, and another delta x remains from the second term. That's divided by delta x. So as you can see, we have delta x is common at the top and the bottom. They can simplify. We will left with 2x plus delta x. So that's our answer. We had a complicated expression, so we simplified it down to a binomial. Okay, let's move on with another question. Sometimes we don't find an answer. For example, evaluate f of 1 for this function. So we replace our x's with 1. F of 1 equals, this is 1, and this is also 1, square root of 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So we know that negative numbers under radical are not defined. They are undefined. They are not real numbers. So we don't have a solution here. So we will say this is undefined. We can't evaluate this. This number is undefined number. Okay, let's continue with an exercise question. Exercise 16. Let's see what we have here. We have a piecewise defined function, and we are asked to evaluate this function at b squared plus 1. Let's remember piecewise defined functions. In order to evaluate a piecewise function, we don't substitute the given value for every x in the function. We have two regions here. This function is composed with two different functions, absolute value and linear. So one of them will work for this value. So the first thing we need to do is determine the correct region for this value. So in which region we have b squared plus 1? Is b squared plus 1 less than 1 or greater than 1? This is what we decide first. So according to the interval, we will use the corresponding function. So let's think this logically. So what can we have as b squared? Can we have negative numbers for b squared? No matter what number you try for b, you'll never get a negative number. If you try 0, it's gonna be 1. If you try a positive number, like let's say 2 squared plus 1, it's gonna be a positive number greater than 1. If you have a negative number, like negative 2 squared plus 1 is also a positive number, 5. So no matter what number you try here, the x value is always greater than or equal to 1. So we will be using the second function. The second function is for x values greater than or equal to 1. So here is my function, f of x equals negative, let me rewrite this, equals negative x plus 1. So in this function, we will replace b squared plus 1. Replace b squared plus 1 for x. So that x becomes b squared plus 1. The other x on the right hand side also becomes b squared plus 1. And since we have a quantity here, use bracket because that minus belongs to the whole expression, plus 1. Let's simplify. Distribute this minus to the bracket. Minus b squared minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 cancels out. We will left with negative b squared. That's it. This is also a ministry exam question. Okay, a different type of question now, a ministry exam question. It is asking about the correct point that's passing through the given line. So, similar to the previous questions, instead of substituting a value for x, we will be substituting a point. So you know what point is? X comma y. It's an ordered point. X is the first component, y is the second component. So we will not be just inserting the x value, unlike the previous question. We will be inserting the y value too. So we will insert x and y both together and see if the point we are trying makes the equation true. Let's try them option by option. Option A, 5 for x, negative 3 for y. Let's do the substitution. Let's write negative 3 for x equals negative 4 by x, which is 5, plus 7. Is that true? Negative 4 by 5, negative 20, plus 7, negative 13. Negative 13 is not equal to negative 3, so option A is false. Try option B. Like this, we will try option by option. 5 for y equals negative 3 for x. Negative 4 by negative 3 plus 7. Negative 4 by negative 3 is 12. 12 plus 7 is 19. So 19 is not equal to 5. So that option is also false. Option C, 2, negative 1. Negative 1 is the y value. 2 is the x value. Equals negative 4 by 2 plus 7. Negative 4 by 2, negative 8 plus 7, negative 1. Negative 1 on the right hand side, negative 1 on the left hand side. They are equal to each other. So option C is true. Option A is false. Option B is false. Option C is true. We have a similar question in study guide as far as I remember. Another ministry question. This is similar to the example question here that we solved. There are similar exercise questions in your book. Okay, let's try f of x minus f of 2 over x minus 2. It looks complicated, but it's not as complicated as it looks. We know f of x already. That's given as x cubed in the question. We don't know f of 2. That's what we need to evaluate first. How do you evaluate f of 2? You just insert your x value with 2. So substitute 2 for x. On the right hand side we have x cubed, which makes 2 cubed. That's 8. So here I have x cubed at the top, subtracted by negative 8 divided by x minus 2. We don't see this option, answer in options, so apparently we should do some simplification. So how do I simplify x cubed minus 8? Now you need to remember some factorization expansion rules. Whenever you have x squared minus x cubed minus y cubed, then you can expand this as x minus y multiplied by x squared plus xy plus y squared. According to this expansion rule, we will expand this. X cubed minus 8 is 2 cubed. So our x is x, y is 2 here. So let's expand according to this. X minus 2 multiplied by x squared plus x times y, which is 2, so 2x, plus y squared, which is 2 squared, 4, divided by x minus 2. Now we can cancel out the common factors. We will left with x squared plus 2x plus 4, which is option C. All right. No matter what the question is, we always substitute the given value or expression or number, whatever it's given, one by one. No matter how many expression we have. Here I have 2. I need to find f of 2 and f of x plus 2 separately, and subtract the results. The question looks complicated at first, but when you try solving them, it's not that complicated, you'll see. So let's evaluate the first one, f of x plus 2. F of x plus 2. You substitute your x with x plus 2. That's a mystery question, and that question is in the book. This has asked twice. So x plus 2 squared minus 3 times x, again x plus 2 in a bracket, plus 4. So this is the first part. I inserted x plus 2 for x in the function. Minus, what is f of 2? This time you will insert 2 for x in the function. So 2 squared, the first term, minus 3 by 2 plus 4. And that minus belongs to f of 2. F of 2 is all of them together. So I'll make sure you have bracket. Let's do this expansion here. Square of the first term plus 2 times first times second term, which is 4x, plus second term squared, which is 4, minus, distribute 3 to the bracket, minus 3 by x, minus 3x, minus 3 by 2, minus 6, plus 4, minus 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 minus 3 by 2 is 6, which is 2. Now let's combine like terms. We have only 1x squared. We have 4x minus 3x, which makes x. Let's add the numbers. 4 plus 4 is 8. Negative 6, negative 2 is negative 8, and they cancel each other. We are left with x squared plus x. Okay, let's continue with another ministry exam question. 2023 first attempt ministry question. It gives us the value of f of minus 2. This is given. What is asked? Find the value of b. What is b? b is the coefficient of x in the given function. So in order to find the unknown, we should use the given first. Use the given. How do you use the given? You know the input, you know the output. So substitute negative 2 for x in the given function and substitute negative 1 for y in the given function. In place of f of x, write negative 1. Y means f of x, right? So replace your f of x with negative 1 equals negative 3 by x is negative 2. You are squaring it. Again, be careful when you type this into the calculator. Put bracket around negative 2. Minus b times x, which is minus 2, plus 5 all over x, which is minus 2, plus 1. Okay, now let's simplify. Negative 2 squared 4, 4 by negative 3, negative 12. Negative b times negative 2, positive 2b, plus 5 over negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Cross multiply, 1 is equal to negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7, plus 2b. Bring negative 7 to the other side, 8 is 2b. Dividing both sides by 2, 8 over 2 makes 4. Option D has 4 in it. So by using the given, we found the unknown. Finally, another ministry question. Which of the following is true? For this kind of question, we try options one by one. First option, f of minus x equals f of x. We can solve it by using evaluating the function. You can replace your x with negative x and check if the result is same as the given. Or, you know what this means. f of minus x equals f of x means the function is even. Is our function even? Let's check the function. 2x cubed. This is an odd function. Negative 1, it's a number. It's an even number. Odd minus even is neither. It's neither. So it's not even. That's not true. That's false. Option A is false. Option B, 2 times f of x equals f of 2x. So now we can solve this. How do you solve option B? Multiply 2 by f of x, which is 2x cubed minus 1. This is f of x, 2x cubed minus 1. So you are multiplying 2x cubed minus 1 by 2. So again, be careful about the bracket. Is the same as f of 2x. So this is evaluating functions. Evaluate. How do you evaluate? You plug in 2x. Plug in 2x. So f of 2x equals 2 by x, which is 2x cubed. We are raising it to 3 minus 1. So are they same? Let's simplify and see. 2 by 2x cubed, 4x cubed, 2 by negative 1, negative 2. Is that equal to 2x cubed is 8x cubed by 2, 16x cubed minus 1. So they don't look same. So option B is also false. Option C, f of minus 1 is 1. This is also evaluating functions. Let's evaluate this. Option C. F of minus 1. Replace your x with minus 1. So plug in minus 1 and see if the result is 1. Minus 1 squared is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 is not equal to. This is true. Let me try again. F of minus 1. Oh no, sorry, this is cubed. Minus 1 cubed is minus 1 times 2 minus 2 minus 1 minus 3. Minus 3 is not equal to 1, so that's also false. So I'm left with the last option. Option B was false, C was false, A was also false, then D is true. How D is true? Let's check what it means. F of minus x is not equal to minus f of x. So what if the question were f of minus x equals minus f of x, it would be an odd function, right? It would represent an odd function, but it says not equal to, so it means not odd. Isn't it true? We have a neither function, neither even nor odd, so that's true then. It's not odd.